What's up guys, Eric here for something pretty special. These are Chinese PBE in-houses. We're of course watching Xunge's perspective, the current world champion. But yeah, I've seen, in the past a lot of Chinese players not really play that much PBE. They're just focusing on like grinding live, but tuned into Xunge's stream, saw that he was doing these PBE in-houses with, you see 60 seconds in here. I don't know too many of the other players, and they might have weird names. Someone's name in the last in-house was Xiao Diandan, which is the XDD guy on the NA server, but I don't know. I don't know if that's a meme or if that's the actual one playing with them. Who actually knows? But in any case, it's a real treat to see them playing PBE, so we can get a sense for already what they think the meta is going to look like and what units they think they're strong, what comps they think are strong. So yeah, should be an absolute treat. First augment here, Tome of Traits, the Three's Company, and Preparation. I've seen, I don't know, I feel like Three's Company is so good now with the multitude of strong 3-cost options. I'm curious actually to see like if anyone in China is interested in playing around Kaisa, because I have not found a good way to play around it. But I mean, Jax is obviously very strong. Riven's obviously a really good hit. Those two, like if you hit either of them, you could hit like LeBlanc and play into like AP options with admin. I feel like there are a lot of good hits with this augment, so I wouldn't be surprised. Especially, it already has 3 out of 4 duelists, so you could just take this, hit one Nyla, and then your board's quite strong. Preparation's not bad here either. Okay, but yeah, it looks like he is going to angle for that and hits the double Nyla shot. We can just level and boom. Almost has a Nyla too. Oh my god, and he has the, oh yeah, he has the duplicator he dropped. So he literally has Nyla 2 at 2-1, slams a Bramble Vest on it, and we are cooking. This is an insane opener. I mean, as long as someone else doesn't have a really, really strong opener, I imagine this board can 5-streak, but we will see. Everyone else with gold augments, maybe there's someone who spiked hard enough, but yeah, this is a nuts opener. Nyla, one of the strongest 3-cost units in the game. The Nyla too early. It just goes to show the power of that new duplicator. This is the lesser champion duplicator that he got dropped, where you can duplicate anything as long as it is 3-cost or lower. So him getting that dropped with that, he just immediately slams it, which makes a ton of sense. He's using it for tempo here, and he slammed Bramble Vest with Giant Spell. It's also something to think about for sure, because he could have obviously slammed Sunfire, which I feel like is usually seen as the superior slam to Bramble Vest. But I mean, look at the players fighting, he's already slammed JG, maybe as an idea that Bramble Vest is going to be better throughout the rest of the game, or maybe he can go Bramble Sunfire later. He also passed up the Yasuo, which makes a lot of sense. He wants to make econ here. Just gonna chill, probably pre-level after this fight, especially if he wins. I think a pre-level is very appropriate. Curious what he's gonna get in here next. He held on to the Renekton. You just put another GP one, get in a random Oxforce unit, wouldn't be bad. Make your front line even tankier. You almost want more backline in this scenario, but I mean, honestly, whatever you put in is fine. Now it's gonna do a ton of work. So yeah, he does take the pre-level, does grab the GP. I'm also curious to see what he plays this game. I think duelists, in my experience, have been very strong, but he doesn't really have items for them, right? You don't really want to be playing duelist late game with this Bramble Slam. So I'm curious if he wants to potentially get out of this comp later. So I don't know, we'll see. All right, and we have our first glitched carousel. These are the Ornn item, or not Ornn item, but the item tome. I always call it the wrong thing. Item anvil, that's what they're called. The item anvils. Oh, that's another Nyla. Interesting. You could even just play Echo. Yeah, for Star Guardian. That is true. The rod here. Definitely like the best slam in duelist comp is Locket there, but like I said, it doesn't really look like he's angling duelist comp. Looks like he's angling just for strong early game, and then he can pivot into something else. We'll see. I mean, he has the rod, so it could be something AP. You could always just play this with these items on Nyla, and then eventually still play vertical duelist and play like Twisted Fate carry with this rod, but we'll see. It doesn't, that was, yeah, I'm surprised he sold everything there, but it doesn't really matter. But yeah, you can't make income yet. Yeah, the early Echo is also really nice, just sort of to bridge the gap to some kind of late game frontline. Later game, if you're playing AP, you can do some kind of like Echo Annie Alistar angle, or if you want to play AD, it could be like Echo plus Brawler plus Vi. The only issue is that Sejuani's no longer in the game, so I'm curious to see what kind of frontline he ends up cooking, because normally you'd love like an Echo Vi Sejuani. But yeah, it's just gonna be the easiest 5-streak of all time with this early Nyla 2. It's like, yeah, he doesn't have to do anything, honestly. So that's another reason why Three's Company is probably even stronger this set. If you hit that early duplicator, the early lesser champion duplicator, or you can even get it off stage 2 carousel. So even if you haven't hit it at 2-1 augment, you might actually get it off carousel. So I feel like Three's Company is just even stronger this set, and it was already pretty good in going to last set. Wow, and he just made a lot of gold there, making 40 here. Even as the Gwinsu that you could slam. Okay, so this is actually a big question. Does he want to slam Gwinsu? He's also natural in so many upgrades. Wow. So this is just going to be like the freest early game of all time. He naturaled his whole board 2-star basically, and that duplicator got him to the last upgrade that he needed. I'm curious to see what he ends up playing from win streak from here, because you can really play whatever you want when you have such an insane win streak. He is going to slam the Gwinsu. Okay, so curious to see what he makes his late game plan. Oh my god, he actually might lose this fight. His front line got chunked really hard early. Okay, it ends up being completely fine. It's actually pretty close. Wait, let's go back actually and just look at what board that he was fighting there, because I'm surprised that this fight was even close. Oh, okay, so it was the Viego. It's also Lee Sin too. It's just the world's most random Viego in here. Just oh wait, is he? Yeah, no, he's playing 4 heart. Of course, Viego's a heart unit now. So it's just the Lux ults plus the Viego chunking out the front line, because that was a little scary for a second, but he ends up having a taking off front line. Honestly, this is a redemption diff. Without redemption, feels like he loses this fight. He also isn't interested in holding Morgana there. You could hold it over like Nyla, but maybe if he sees infinite Nylas, he's thinking about playing around it. Okay, hero augment here, so he has to make a choice what he wants to play for. I mean, you could take this and try to play a Kaisa game with Gwinsu. I don't hate it. But I still don't know how strong Kaisa actually is. You could hold the line here with Rel. I honestly I'm really curious to see what you could roll and try to find just kind of like a Nyla augment, but I don't know if you want to play Nyla the whole game. That's the kind of curious thing about trying to play like full flex from here, is you have to take a hero augment at some point. This is spread shot. You could do a spread shot main game for sure. You already have Gwinsu Slam, which isn't the best, but it's not the worst on spread shot Bane. All the damage comes from her cast. You want her to cast a lot. Gwinsu does help with casting. Gonna roll again. Okay, this is Jubilant Veil, so wouldn't be a bad option. This is Fiora's new carry augment, which you probably can't take. It's pretty cool though. It's when she hits a unit 4 times, she does 20% of her max health as damage and heals 10% of her max health, I think. Or it might be 20% of their max health. This could also just be, I don't know, but that Camille augment, like, it's a very good general augment. Okay, he is gonna take the Camille augment. It's a very nice, just like, keep yourself open. You can play most things with this Camille augment, but I imagine you want some kind of word where you would want to play a Camille. Like, normally when I see this augment, I'm thinking of like Viego comps. So that was obviously in the past set. Oh my god, and the person he's fighting has 4 admin on death, it looks like, and they won because are they level 6 or level 7? I couldn't see for a second, but yeah. Also just with the LeBlanc with really good items. So 4 admin still very, very gross if you can get to it. Yeah, just looking at this board. Wait, how many units? Was that level 7? No, it's level 6. Yeah, it's just level 6, but I mean, just good items on LeBlanc. I saw someone talk about how, who was it? It was 62nd who played a 4 admin game in tournament and had LeBlanc 1, Soraka 1 as his carries until stage 5 and won the lobby just off of LeBlanc 1, Soraka 1. Like, he eventually pivoted his board, of course, but like, he legit just carried LeBlanc 1 until stage 5 because of how strong that admin is. It's pretty nuts. Looks like it's gonna stay nuts. Yo, you guys see that? You see the jacket take off from Xunge there? He never takes off his jacket. I haven't seen this man in a t-shirt ever. That's crazy. He's really focused up, I guess. Do the Gwinsu Slam. Camille. You have to play a board there you want to play. I mean, I guess you could. I mean, there's no way he's angling like Warwick, right? Gwinsu Slam. ET. Warwick angle. I don't think Warwick's very good though. I'm a Warwick hater, to be honest. This is basically a free level, so might as well do it. And yeah, he can just cut the Echo to play 6 Duelist here. I like it a lot. Maybe he's just gonna play whatever. Okay, let's admin here. Let's see what his options are. I'd imagine you want something pretty flexible, some kind of like buff your entire team admin, but yeah, let's bring this over here so you guys can see it. At the beginning of the battle, your team gets 25 mana. On kill, the killer gets 20 max HP at 66 health. Admin get max health. Beginning of battle, admin get 40 attack speed. I mean, if you want to play Warwick, this could be fine. I think this is a good general one. So yeah, I don't think the scaling health ones make any sense. But yeah, okay. So he just takes the mana one. That seems pretty reasonable. You can make that fit in a lot of comps. But yeah, I'm curious to see what comp he actually ends up playing from this spot, because it's obvious. I mean, he's very, very rich from his early win streak. Wow, that's a Hustler Draven 3, by the way. Interesting usage of Hustler there, actually, to just roll aggressively for Draven. You see most people wanting to push levels with it, but I have seen some people use Hustler to just roll very, very aggressively. It's pretty cool. It's a Shen carry augment. Yeah, we haven't actually seen a lot of the other hero augments in the lobby. Saw a couple people with Annie augments. I don't know if they're any carrier support. I played one. Yeah, I played this augment the other day, and it didn't feel amazing to me. Then I played against someone later who did like okay with it. I feel like it's not like broken. It's Annie's new carry augment, so they got rid of Reflector Shield. Now it gives her a bigger AoE on her ability, and it stuns. So it's pretty nice. Random Misfortune? Maybe we played around with Guinsoo. The nice thing about being so healthy and having so much gold, like, if you can ever go fast 9 in a game of TFT, your items don't really matter that much. Nor does, like, your board matter. Like, if he could just win streak, then, you know, he could just play a very strong board. He even has the Cinder here, which could come in at 8 next level. He also slams the Declaw. Now he has potential Shojin that he could make, I guess. He also has this Nico, but, like, the problem is this Nico is not going to have very many items if he wants to play around her. But it's not the worst thing, because you could pretty easily get that admin in. It's a great admin to play around Nico. It's just the Guinsoo is pretty awkward. Like Shojin Guinsoo's Nico items, it's not really what you want. It's basically having 2 mana items, which means that she's going to cast a lot, but she's not going to do a ton of damage on her casts. He's going to win this fight against Lee Sin 3. My god. Is that Cleansing Safeguard, by the way? We will... Oh my god. Cleansing? Yeah, it is Cleansing. Another person going for the Lee Sin... In China, like, no one goes for the double Lee Sin clear tech, which I think is just superior to making Lee Sin 3. I'm curious why. Clear is a very big, Clear high-low North American player. He's a very big advocate of just playing 2 Lee Sin 2s instead of Lee Sin 3. So, but like everyone in China goes Lee 3. Okay, it's Recombob here. He has 1 4 cost that he can Recombob into a 5 cost. He has the Cinder. He can make a 2-star 4 cost and then 2-star 3 cost. What are his other you don't want to Recombob the Camille because you might lose her. Your other options aren't great. Honestly, especially because he's like not really committed to anything. Isn't it just Recombob here? Oh, he's gonna Recombob the Syndra? Oh. Because he'd prefer just some other 5 cost. I kind of like that as well. Okay. And then you turn this into a... Yeah, you don't really care about this. I mean, either one of these, same thing. I like this a lot. Let's do it. Let it rip. Oh my god. Okay, what did we hit here? Garen 2, our 5 cost, our Leona Janna. That's actually really good with their Renegade. Like a Sivir 2. We got a Nilovac and a Jhin. Oh my god. You can just slot Renegade in really easily. Oh, it could be a Jhin game. Duh. I forgot. I forgot that you have Jhin now as a Renegade option. Okay. He's going to play this board for now, just using this Sivir. Yeah, Renegade not too strong right now. He gets the double removers, but I mean, honestly, his tank turned into a tank. Oh, he's going to play... Oh, he's going to go Shojin Guinsoo Asoul. Weird. Interesting. But yeah, he's just easily pivoted into a Mech Garen board with the Garen too. I like this a lot. Playing the Janna, who is a very strong unit this patch. Janna, honestly, probably overbuffed. This unit sometimes just easily is your highest damage unit with like barely any items. So yeah, pretty gross. Okay, finally gets this back in. I'm surprised he wasn't... Like, I would be more interested in playing just Jhin here over this random Asoul. But maybe he just really values the Asoul. He doesn't have any healing reduction, so yeah. Like, Jhin, not the best Guinsoo holder of all time. In fact, a pretty horrible Guinsoo holder. But he uses the stats a little bit. Okay, ends up losing this fight. But he's 50 gold here and 70 HP. I think he's just looking to fast 9 with the upgrade that he's been given. So, we shall see. Off carousel here, he needs more offensive components. Oh, is this going to be an Ornn item? I can't ever really tell if this is going to be Ornn item or like real item. But I think this might end up being Ornn item. Was he going to take tier? He took tier there, right? I'm curious what his carry is going to end up being this game. Unless it's actually Asoul carry. Yeah, he did take tier. Okay, now this is just full item. no way it's double Shojin here. I was looking at maybe Guard Breaker. Wow, okay. And he just Shojins the Janna. Oh. Like I said, I mean, hitting Janna items is a pretty high priority. So yeah, you just Shojin the Janna. Okay, I could see it. I could definitely see that being strong. Man, he hit perfect. Like, these are perfect items for this mech. It almost looks like he was angling to play mech the entire game. And then he just hit Recombobulator and made it very easy. But if you wanted to do that, I don't know, the Camille is so weird. Okay, nice. There's an Urgot that he can get in now. And yeah, he's just going fast 9. Just like 5-2, level 9 angle, 62 HP. He's completely fine. Oh, it's just so cool watching some of these really, really high elo players play this kind of fast 9 style, because like he's not rolled at all this game, right? But he's continued to make his board stronger with the Recombobulator, with just playing his strongest carry at all times. He doesn't have to roll. That allows him to go fast 9, you know? Like, a much worse player, I think, would have to roll a lot here because he would just have made like not the strongest board. So, really, really cool to see. Alright. Alistar here could potentially think about coming in, though. I don't know. I mean, you can get like Alistar Viego in later. I guess we'll see. That person was Kaisa 3. Wait, I want to go back and look at their board, because I am still on the quest to find a good Kaisa board. I looked away from it immediately. Play this one more time. Not this board. This board. Okay. So they are 3 of the, whatever this thing is, the new Kaisa trait, quick draw or whatever it is. 3 Star Guardian as well, which is a bit awkward. It's kind of a board that's not completely done yet, I feel like. And they're playing the Shen Carry Augment, which I think is... I mean, it can't be the one that gives your team damage reduction, right? I'm actually... Wait, which one is the Shen damage? Or the Shen Carry Augment? Let me go look it up real quick. We'll see. Giant Spell Tier. You need damage items, really, I would say. That's the biggest thing your board lacks. You could, like, PG an Urgot. Yeah, I don't hate that at all. Okay, let me try to find augments. Hero augments. See more Shen. Can I search by... Yeah, Shen. Carry. Gain a Shen's ability lasts an additional 5 seconds since tethered ally deals 20% more damage. Oh, I mean, we'll take that, but that sounds really good. Okay. Yeah, this is his board. He's got 100 gold here, and he's winning the fight. Oh, and he swapped over to Leona Carry on his mech, it looks like. Wait, did he sell? Oh no, he just used the item remover to make Leona, because he's pretty confident he's going to hit Leona 2 in this spot. So he just preemptively does that. Is going to play the A-Soul, doesn't care about Jax at all. He is like basically out of gold already, but his board's still pretty strong. Yeah, still not really interested in playing either the Renegades. Is that a Gen 1 or Gen 2 on his bench? Looks like a Gen 1, yeah, okay. And yeah, he's just really interested in playing this A-Soul. This is what I lost to in one of my games the other day, was A-Soul carry with mech frontline. I'm curious why. The combination between these two. And I don't think A-Soul was buffed at all, so I'm sort of like, yeah, I don't really understand the combination, but I mean, it seems to be working. So yeah, still rolling. Oof, okay, Urgot 2 is definitely a big hit. He ends up getting the Viego in. I was looking at my other monitor to close something out, but is that this round or last round? Okay, so he gets the Viego Alistar combo in. It's just very natural on this board. You already have 2 Renegade in, and you're gonna get Aegis in from the Alistar, so I like that a lot. If he could push level, like if he could go level 10, he would add like a Nunu probably, or maybe just something else. He is holding on to the Nunus, but what do you put it in over? Is there an open slot on this board? Not really. I mean, you don't want to cut A-Soul, I would imagine. Okay. You go like JG for A-Soul. I was trying to think about, like, I think A-Spat doesn't work as well as you'd think on A-Soul. I think it's okay, but the, like, burn damage doesn't proc Ace, if I remember correctly. It's Nunu 2 here. You can play it over Janna, I guess, but Janna is so strong now that I almost wonder if you just play the Nunu, or you play the Janna just because she's Janna. Wouldn't be surprised. Gets it in over Viego here. Yeah, okay. I mean, it is a Nunu 2, and having Renegade, I mean, it's Renegade onto your Leona, which I would value pretty high, but I mean, it is a Nunu 2 is a Nunu 2. So he's gonna play Nunu 2 and just start playing 5-cost soup. Just every 5-cost 2-star he can get. And I mean, he's already held on to these Fiddlesticks. Yeah, he's gonna roll a bit here. Not really interested in any more Garens. Already got Garen 2, and he's like, even if he 3-stars it, it's not great. He could make Morellos here, and then you don't really need the A-Soul as much. You can also just build it. I mean, like, do you really want to greed another item? Oh, he's getting Hacker Camille? Oh no, that's Pike. You got Hacker Pike. Oh my god, this Pike's actually doing work. The Pike support augment. Wow, we got stomped by that board. Let's go, just for the sake of science, let's go look at their board. Is that, he actually got stomped. Okay, so got the 3 Rift Maker in. He's got a Rift Walker, whatever it is. He's got Camille in, Shen in. Got this in for Hacker. This is for 4 admin. Oh, is the 4 admin player, I believe. And they're still playing 4 admin. Some players playing 4 admin plus Hacker Pike. Wow, what a cool board. And yeah, this Pike actually does so much work. It's a 3-star one-shotting basically the whole board. Dealt 8k damage in such a small amount of time. That's gross. Alright. But I mean, Xunge still has a lot of ways to cap out his board. Wish he had another Urgot in so you could put it in here to maybe farm some more, but this is fine. Urgot even rolled some AP items, so higher chance of farming. There's no giant Zac anymore, so you can't farm off like all the blobs. Okay, just like Archangel's Janna. Keep rolling here. Yeah, it seems that Ezreal, just based on how his synergies are, isn't much of like a random splash unit. He's not one of these 5 costs you just want to play just to have a 5 cost in. He's just kind of like a unit that you want to play if you have his synergies in, get Sure Shot in, get Parallel in, and get Infinity in. Sometimes you don't even need Parallel, by the way. I've been bullied into taking Parallel out. I think if you're not playing for like Ezreal 2 3-star, the 2-cost Ezreal 3-star, then you don't really need Parallel. But yeah, top 4 done here, top 3. He's just going to keep rolling here. He does actually not have Wukong 2 yet, so he's going to roll for that, I guess. But I mean, his board's basically done here. He's hit all of his upgrades. The question is, can he beat first place? Who he is going to fight here. So, let's see. Ooh, and look at that. Just going to let these units die first. Oh my god, and wait, was that Hacker? Like, how is Draven here? Did Hacker Draven? It certainly looks like it. Like, what is this board? They have the LeBlanc and the Shannon. Fits in decently naturally here. It's just another defender unit because you're not playing set here, so that gets defender in, so that feels pretty good. And then yeah, just Hackers Raven to the back line. This is something that like I started to see people do towards the end of last set, is just start hackering their like Draven and their most important carry. It's even better this set because the Hacker actually gives the unit some Omnivamp, but the Leona's actually big enough to win the fight. So this might be a first from Xunge, we'll see. Very cool game so far though. Finally a Camille too. Do you even want Camille too? Does Camille count herself dying? Oh, another thing that's really nice about this board is that you have the mech. I didn't really talk about this, but like using mech to sack 2 units immediately gives you the benefit of the Camille support augment, which is really cool. Okay, that's another easy win for Xunge. Let's see if this Draven board can win this fight. It actually ends up losing to this like TF carry board. Now I want to see their board. I guess we'll see next time we fight them. What do we want here? Nothing too crazy. Actually, just I was thinking maybe like BT for like Nunu or something, but actually just take Leona here. I mean, maybe angling Leona 3, but it's pretty far off. Oh, okay, he had a giant spell left over, so we just make more Mogs. I mean, that seems really good. Probably, is it better than BT? Maybe. I don't know, I kind of like BT, but obviously you don't use like the AD very well in Nunu. Okay, so yeah, let's take a look at this board real quick. Looks like a pretty generic like vertical spellslingers board, duo carrying TF plus Nico. How many spellslingers are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4. Just 4 spellslingers, and then how many Star Guardian? It's 4 Star Guardian, and then he's playing War Ox Force with the +1 Ox Force, which makes for a very nice front line. Also has just a random Leona 2 in. So yeah, relatively standard board. The 4 Ox Force is pretty nice though. I've seen a lot more people playing into 4 Ox Force, especially with like +1 Ox Force, just as a really strong front line. Oh my god, is Xunge actually going to lose to it? He is. He just can't get through that front line. Oh my god. I mean, his board is like, it's not super high damage, I guess is what I'm thinking. Like, it's not like low damage. Okay. Ends up hitting Mordekaiser 2 here. Looks like he is just going to, oh my god. Even pivots into the Fiddle here. I could see the Mordekaiser over Asol for sure, especially with this Morello's. Okay, now with Fiddle too. That makes sense to play it. Oh my god, and he's just gonna corner the Fiddle. Warmogs, where should Warmogs go? Alistar, I guess. You could put it on Fiddle if you really want to. His call is that he's always gonna win this fight, which is Seems correct. My god. Draven just actually can't get through the Leona. The Leona just kills it. Oh my god. And that's 5 Urgots, 4 Mordekaisers. Could this be a 3-star 5-cost game? He's a little bit low on gold. He's going to play the 3 Urgots here, which is obviously correct. Because they all get to farm during the minion round. So maybe he'll farm an extra item component. But yeah, that's a lot of Mordekaisers. Okay, item here. Oh, there's so many units, honestly. What does Shojin even do here? Okay, that's 6 Urgots. And that's 5 Mordekaisers. So he is getting close, but he is out of gold. But you can always, if you think you're going to lose out, you can always just start full selling your board. Gorgeous item here, but doesn't hit much. Just has to make another Morello. Okay, it's not the worst. But yeah, like, if he ever is afraid that he's going to start... Oh my god, he farms another item. If he's ever afraid he's going to start losing, he can just start selling his entire board and looking for, like, Urgot 3. Whatever's the least contested, Urgot or Mordekaiser 3. So he has 6 of each. But yeah, around now you have to start looking, seeing, like, what are people holding. Like, that person's holding 2 Urgots, so you... It's impossible to hit Urgot. There's only 9... there's only 10 in the pool, so that means you can only hit 8. So he can't actually hit Urgot 3 anymore, though this is the strongest board. And like maybe it's strong enough just with, oh my god, the Mordekaiser does work too. I don't think Mordekaiser got buffed, but he seems very strong here. Looks like he's just winning every fight anyway, but the only thing he could hit here is Mordekaiser 3. Urgot 3 is off the table, as long as that player is alive, which they still are. That's another fiddle, 2-star, so now he has 6 fiddles as well. But like, what can you even cut here? I don't think anything. Oh, I'm also curious, actually. We should look, let's go back just real quick before this last fight and look at the damage dealt to champions. I'm curious to see how much damage Janna ends up doing in these fights, because she's got a Shojin plus an Archangels. She doesn't have, like, Spellsinger in or anything like that. This fight doesn't last too long. She only got 1 ult off. He took that away immediately, man. I have to imagine it's like the Mordekaiser and the Urgot doing the brunt of the lift. But yeah, Janna still dealt, like, 2k damage. Not bad for a fight where basically the entire team was dead before Janna could get a second ult off. Oh my god, that's such a close fight. But, I mean, his clone winning is a very, very good sign. But yeah, not really much else to be put in here. You could, if you lose this fight, think about taking some kind of, like, carousel with Mordekaiser on. Oh, he sells the Urgot, actually. That's the second Mordekaiser in here with TG. Thinks that's maybe slightly stronger. It's so good with the rainy weather that they both cast so early. Because, yeah, he can just one-shot the entire enemy team. Close fight? Yeah, relatively close fight, but Janna cannot be killed, and that's a first from Xunge. Really, really fun Fast 9 game with the Recombobulator. Yeah, that was super cool. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like, comment, and subscribe. Check my Twitch and all my other links down below. Thank you, thank you.